to the Knitter's Closet. This is episode 14, and I'm your host, Melissa. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as the Knitter's Closet. Welcome to all our new viewers, and welcome back to all our current subscribers. We are actually up to 69 subscribers now. Yay! Thank you so much for joining me every time I podcast. I appreciate it each and every time, and I love it when you guys comment. And I always try to comment back, so keep the comments coming. I love them. I read them, and I love every one of them. And I always tell my husband when I get one. He's probably so sick of hearing, I got a comment on my my podcast. But he humors me. So it's been a while since I've done a proper podcast. I am going to kind of rush through this one because I do have quite a bit of footage from Allentown that I want you guys to see, and that's going to take up a pretty good chunk of the video. But I do have a couple of finished objects. I have 2 baby sweaters that I finished knitting and 2 hats. And then I do have a couple of FOs, and then I have a whole bunch of stash acquisitions. So yeah, you should see the tornado of mess around me, because this is actually my 4th time recording this podcast today. I just haven't been happy with all the other previous incarnations, so yeah, it is what it is. Trying to be better. I'm trying to be more professional. Trying is the key word. So with that, let's jump right into the FOs. And I'm going to lean because, again, it's all on the floor and this is the new setup and I don't have a table to put it all on. I need to get a table. That's my next order of business. I'm going to lean for a hot second. There we go. I try not to do that too many times because every time I do it, the camera focuses in and out. There's all kinds of stuff. Okay, so a few weeks ago my yarn store Knits and Pieces had a yarn sale, and I took Nora and she picked out this big blue floofy pom-pom, and then she picked out yarn to match. This is the Universal Yarns. It is an acrylic wool blend and it is a DK weight, and with it I knit the Simple Beanie, aka Lollipop Hat by Elena Nodell. I did not remember the name of the pattern, so I had to look it up for you guys. There we go. I will insert a picture of her wearing it here because baby girl did some really good modeling pictures on this one. When I told her I wanted to take pictures, she's like, okay mommy, I'll model for you. Oh, she's singing now. I hope you can't hear that. I do love this because it comes off. It has a nice little snap button. And she loves this. She already's worn it several times. The other hat I finished knitting is part hat, part FO, part stash acquisitions, because this was new yarn that was knit up almost immediately as I got it. I got this yarn from Homespun. It is Dragonfly Fibers. It is their new I can hear her singing. Oh my goodness. It is their new mohair base in their Firecracker colorway, and it is held with their Dragon Sock in their Silver Fox colorway. I love how they knit up together. Isn't that beautiful? I show you the individual colors here. This is them individually. There we go. My lighting's weird. I know, today it's... There we go. I have no idea what she's singing. I mean, this is the Everyday Slouchy Beanie by Tristan Molina from Dragon Horde Yarns and the Yarn Girl Yarn Girl Cafe podcast. I have said that a million times in the previous incarnations without a problem, and now I can't say it properly. And then I've got this really pretty Silver Fox pom-pom on it. It is pretty tightly, a pretty tight brim on the hat, and I need to block it to kind of loosen it up. It is knit that way. She does say in her pattern that the brim is pretty tight to start, but does loosen up. I've got like doubled over here. It took me forever to knit this hat. It's super, super easy to knit this hat. However, I made a rookie mistake and I decided to knit the brim on wood needles with mohair. You guys, it was sticking like nobody's business, and I could not figure out for the life of me why it was taking so long for me to knit this stupid hat. And not that the hat was in any way stupid, just that I was being stupid because I couldn't figure out why it was taking so long. And then I switched to metal needles and it just flew. Some days, even people who have been knitting for 10 years makes like beginner knitters mistakes. I have 2 sweaters, only one to show you though, because one of them has already been gifted to the other recipient. So I made 2 little baby sweaters. These are in the Tin Can Knits flax pattern. Both of the sweaters, and I'll insert a picture here, both of the sweaters were knit in Malabrigo Rios. This one is knit in Paris Nights, glazed carrot, and apple green, or green apple. And the other one was knit in teal feather, glazed carrot, and apple green. And I can't remember if I used the gray on hers or not, but I'll insert the picture. You guys see me working on these. It's very similar to mine. Works in progress. Not too many. I have been knitting on my granny stripe blanket, and I've been knitting on Joe's sweater. I did start a hat out of the leftover universal yarn from Nora's hat to make some charity hats, since it is an acrylic blend. I finished a sleeve for Joe's sweater, you guys, and I picked up the stitches for the other sleeve. I am hoping by end of day tomorrow, it's a Sunday, I'm hoping by end of day tomorrow, Monday, he will have a finished sweater. Fingers crossed. It's not even remotely cold enough for him to wear it, but I'm hoping he will have it by the end of the week. Other knits in progress, I do have 2 pairs of socks, vanilla socks on the needles that I have been working on. I got more done on my Jojoland Melody socks. These are sister socks, not twins, because they are clearly 2 different shades of peach. And they're meant to be that way. There's 2 different shades of peach in the skein. My skeins are a hot mess. And this is in my Fates thread. This is a new purchase. My Fates thread Supernatural sock bag. He's so cute. And my button is a Supernatural quote. It is my favorite Castiel quote. It says, "If the pizza man truly loves this babysitter, why does he keep slapping her rear?" That is my favorite Castiel quote ever. The first time I heard that, I laughed so hard, probably peed a little. It was so funny. Again, I apologize for all the leaning today. This is probably as close to the final setup as I'm gonna get. I do need to switch things around so they're more accessible when I'm recording. But yeah, these are my Felici vanilla socks in the candy cane colorway. These are being knit on 2.25s. All my socks are knit on 2.25s. I am increasing for the heel at this point on these. My Jojoland socks I will be increasing probably in the next ½ inch or so. They're a little looser of a gauge, so they're wider than I would normally knit them, so I'm probably going to knit them shorter so that they stretch a little bit better. And then my other crocheting project is my Granny Stripes blanket. That's the bottom. There we go. I'm in a really colorful section right now. This sucker fits across my queen size bed, so that's half the length. You can get an idea. Fold it in half so you can kind of see all of it. So there's the blanket folded in half. This is the Granny Stripes by Attic 24, and I'm just using all of my fingering weight scraps And I'm not doing any specific row count. I'm just grabbing the scrap and knitting until the scrap is gone, and then moving on to the next color. I don't even remember all the names of the scraps. Yeah. My that's my current project that I've been doing a lot of on. I haven't been doing a ton of knitting. I haven't been in the mind space the last couple weeks. So it is what it is. I did start a sweater for myself, and this is part sweater. This is part whip and part stash acquisition, because this is my Duck Wool purchase from Homespun. I am using the Tin Can Flax light pattern number for this, but I am doing a cropped long sleeve sweater, so I'm using the numbers only really, and I'm omitting the garter stitch panel as per usual. But I did change the neckband. It is a rolled neckband on this, and I am doing micro stripes. So these are 1 row stripes in the Silky Singleton from Duck Wool. And I don't know if I can get all these colors at once, but these are the colors that I am knitting on. Aren't they just so pretty? They're so pretty. This is my second purchase from Duck Wool. I went and I bought a sweater quantity, and then I came back and I bought a second sweater quantity, which was these. These colors are Shinsiri. I cannot pronounce that. Be Berry, Be Bright. Come on, focus on the... Okay, focus on that. There we go. Just keeps trying to focus on the sock blocker. Take Your Mark. And Bear. And these are their Silky Singleton base, 70% superwash merino, 30% silk, 438 yards per 100 grams. And it is a dream to work with. Even with my knitting mojo being sort of down, this yarn has been, my needles are all caught up in it, has been an absolute dream to work with. It just flies on the needles. It's super soft to the touch. It's just, oh, it's so gorgeous. I will say it knits up in a looser gauge than I would normally be getting on these needles with a fingering weight yarn, which is okay because I am knitting this in a small size to kind of make up for that, which is works for me, right? I'm not knit a size small sweater, even an adult, that'll go way faster than my sweaters usually do. Yay! But that was my one purchase from Homespun. My other sweater, oh, excuse me, I have hiccups all of a sudden. Hiccups, something, I don't know, weird. Anyway, my next purchase from them, see if I can grab all this stuff in one thing so I don't have to keep bending. There we go, that's a little better. Okay, my next purchase from them was another sweater quantity from Duck Wool. Again, these are the Silky Single Merinos. This is the Night Boken colorway. This is Dress Blues. Lulu is the purple. And then Down Feather is the light gray. This is the one that called me that I needed, and then decided I had to have a sweater quantity in to match. So I don't know if I'll do a sweater quantity. I don't know, like I'll probably do a striped. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and get order another skein of this and do some color work. I don't know. I don't know yet. but I love them and I bought them and I don't regret it. That's what I got from Homespun. And then I did get 2 other skeins. No, okay. I bought the Dragonfly fibers. So I bought 2 sweater quantities, and then I bought the Dragonfly fibers. And then I hit up the Avalon Springs Farm booth, and I got these 2 beauties. This is their Pendragon yarn. It is their fingering weight sock base. It's 100% superwash merino wool, and it is 555 yards on 4 ounces. This is their Called to the Sea colorway, and this is their Welsh Wish colorway. And I am very likely going to hold it double to make Nora a sweater. Because I think it's soft enough that she'll enjoy it. That was the plan when I bought it. That was all my purchases from Homespun. Then I went to Allentown. I had an absolute blast at Allentown. I got to meet Christina of Chelsea Pearls, and she snuck a photo of me at breakfast in my Barnyard Knits faded sweater, which was great because here I was trying not to take a picture of her and she was taking a picture of me. So you probably saw that on my Instagram stories, but I will be posting. I'll post a picture of it when I do the footage at the end. I did not get any footage of her booth though. I totally flaked and didn't get any footage of the booth from Chelsea Pearls because I'm a hot mess. I'm totally professional. I did get lots of other vendors though. There were a lot of great vendors at the Allentown Festival, which is put on by Kelly from Thirsty Cats Designs. She put on a great show. There's about 75 different vendors there this year, and it was amazing. And I did have fun, and I was actually really well behaved with my yarn purchases. I purchased only 3 full skeins of yarn. The rest was all minis, and I bought 2 project bags, and I bought a crochet hook. That was it. So my one skein is Nymph Fiber Dye Works in their expanded rainbow gradient. And you can tell who I bought this for, right? Everyone say it after me. It's for Nora. Because she loves rainbows. She saw that yarn and lost her mind. And there was no getting out of that booth without buying that yarn for my child. At least she appreciates the things that I make her. And then I went over to the Chelsea Pearls booth and I got to chat with her, and I bought 2 skeins from her. You guys, look at this gorgeousness. Oh. So this is the Luxe Glitter in the Empire City colorway, and then this is the Luxe Mohair in the Chocolate Chip Mint color way, and I'm going to hold these together. These are actually getting caked up right after I'm done recording. They are going to be a ranunculus. So that's on my needle adjacent projects. Very excited. Can't wait. And then I bought a whole bunch of minis. Unpack. Okay. Then I bought a whole bunch of minis. Oh, my camera battery's gonna die. Let's take a pause and let me change out my battery real quick. Okay, guys? I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Alright, so then I got a whole bunch of minis, which are going into my granny stripe blanket. Not that I needed minis. I really don't. I have no need for minis. I have so much sock yarn, leftovers and bits, especially since I have the sock yarn blanket, but I bought them anyway. I know. I'm awful. So I bought this set from Casual Fashion Queen. It's called an Argument mini set. It's their 80/20 base, and they're 20 gram minis. They're just really pretty little speckles. So those are going in the blanket. Then I bought 2 minis from Black Cat Fibers. However, I've already used one of them. This is Halloween colorway. One of them's already in the blanket. I bought several mini skeins from Melissa of Rising Tide Fiber Company. However, several of hers are also in my blanket already, but these are hers. And these are also going in the blanket. And these are on her Talbot fingering base. I really love this purple one. And I really love this pink one. And then I bought a mini set from Toad Hollow. The lovely ladies at the Toad Hollow. I've bought minis from them before and skeins of yarn from them before. I love their stuff. Their colors are pretty. Very, very pretty. So all those went in. And then I bought 2 bags. I bought a Notion pouch and an actual bag. So the actual bag I got is this tote bag, and it's a zippered tote. There's the zipper. And is there a pocket? I don't think there's a pocket in this. No. It says, I've got 99 problems, but a stitch ain't one. And then it's got this little, like, stitched guy. And then this is not family friendly, so if you're offended by the middle finger, you can look away for a moment. I got this little cat who's giving the middle finger, and he says, let's be friends. And then on the other side it's the same thing, but in teal. And check this out, this tiny little Notions pouch even has a tiny little inner pocket. The artist is at Stupid Girl on Instagram, and she makes amazing stuff. She wasn't there, but her she was vending out of Honey Girl Farms booth. I did get some footage of her bags at the festival, so you'll see those and some of the other stuff. I love, 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 love her artwork. Like I stopped dead when I saw her bags. I was like, oh my god, I could have literally blown my entire budget watching her, or buying her bags. They were so amazing. They were absolutely, absolutely amazing. Yeah, I was so happy about them. Okay, so I went over my finished objects. I don't have a lot. I went over my works in progress. Again, I don't have a lot. I actually frogged a lot of stuff last night. I frogged my Copenhagen Calling cowl, even though it was 100% finished. I just realized that I wasn't in love with it. I wasn't going to wear it, so I frogged it. I frogged my sport weight lounge top by Joji Locatelli, not because I don't want to knit it, but because I hadn't knit on it for so long that I was now 2 sizes smaller, so I needed to frog it and knit it in a smaller size. And then I think I frogged something else, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, I frogged my Simple Tee by Church Mouse Yarns. That was the lace weight sweater that I was knitting. I think I discussed it during a podcast with Beth a few episodes back. And I frogged that because, again, I was knitting it in a large size, and I'm down 30 pounds, so I'm definitely not a size large anymore. Which, yay, but at the same time, who wants to be knitting a sweater that's 2 sizes too large? So, I don't have a lot of on the needles then, thanks to frogging some of those projects. So I've got a bit of, finish-itis, whatever you want to call it, going on. So I'm finishing hats, and I'm finishing sweaters, and then I'm going to start picking out different projects. I do have one project that has a deadline coming up. Melissa with Rising Tide Fiber Company has asked me to knit a sample, or I have volunteered to knit a sample for her shop, and she has given me the Cecil DK weight yarn in her 80-10-10 base. It is 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, 231 yards per 100 grams. And again, this is her DK base. This is her colorway Stormy Seas. And it is this absolutely beautiful tonal blue. And I will be knitting the hipster shawl in it. This will be caked up tonight, and I will hopefully start working on it while I am editing this episode. And then I think that's it. I was quick. That was very quick. A lot of these things you've seen before, and a lot of things I've already been knitting on, so they're just my finished objects, and I don't have a ton to say because, you know, you've seen the patterns a billion times from me because I knit the flax all the time. I do have some vanilla socks that I've been working on. I haven't gotten a ton of progress on those, but my Candy Cane Felici Knit Picks vanilla socks are still in the works. My Jojo Land Melody socks are still in the works. My sock blanket is still in the works. Those are the only projects that I have on the needles right now. Can you believe that? The granny stripe, the sock blanket, 2 pairs of vanilla socks, my striped cardigan, and Joe's sweater. 6 projects. That's it on the needles. I'm trying to like look around and see if there's anything else, but no, there's not. I don't have anything. I have like tucked away and hidden somewhere, but I don't. I'm kind of proud of myself for that. Alright, so with that, I will take you to the Allentown footage. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you join us again in 2 weeks when I do my Maryland Sheep and Wool vlog. If you're going to be at Maryland Sheep and Wool and you would like to meet up, I will be at the Podcaster Meetup at 1:30. And I am usually sitting somewhere behind the artichoke booth, sitting and knitting with Beth when we're not shopping. You can also, usually if you stand around the Peace, Love, Happiness Sangria booth all day long, you'll probably find me there at least 2 or 3 times because I love that booth. You guys, their sangria is amazing, and if you haven't had it, please do have it. So yeah, I'll be at the Podcaster Meetup at 1:30. I'll be at Needles Up on Friday in the afternoon. The plan is to go there after Nora's field day. And I may or may not try to make it up to the Knot House on Sunday for their pop-up. I don't know 100% yet, because on Sunday I will have Nora with me. On Saturday I will be kid-free. Because I tell my husband every year, if he doesn't get off on that Saturday at the very least, there may be the word divorce thrown around. Because that's my day. I ask for maybe 1 day a year where I don't have the kid. This year I'm asking for several more because, you know, the BFF and I are going to Rhinebeck in October. And so there will be like a week where he needs to take care of the kid. But I only ask for 1 day. You know, I'm very, very easygoing when it comes to not having kid days. Or taking Nora with me. She's fairly well behaved. She was pretty cranky at Allentown, because she decided that the only acceptable hours of sleep were 11:30 to 2 a.m. on Saturday night. So, yeah, that was good times. I was cranky, too. So, usually she's pretty good about going to festivals, especially if there's an alpaca that she can see. So she'll like it on Sunday when we go to Sheep and Wool, because, of course, there are alpacas and tons of sheep and bunnies, which she's also very interested in seeing. One of these days we're going to end up coming home with a bunny, and yeah, my husband has no one to blame but himself, because every time there's a bunny he wants to see a picture of Nora with the bunny. Like, I can avoid the bunnies, but if you keep telling me to bring pictures of her with bunnies, I can't really avoid bunnies, and she keeps begging for them. So anyway, thank you for watching. This is a bit of a speed through because this was the 4th time recording this episode. And I'm rambling. Let's go. Let's watch the footage of Allentown, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. Have a good weekend. Bye. you.